Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Lifestyle Gardener. I noticed for the past 2 years as I've been going to the grocery store in Canada that when I go there to buy onions in the winter time, they don't last very long or they don't look that good in the grocery store. When I bring them home, they start to get bad very quickly. I don't know what is going on, but I noticed that the way the weather is going and the food shortages and all those kind of stuff, that we're not getting as good quality produce as we used to get. So because I don't have my own land yet, working towards that, I cannot grow a lot of onions, and if I do grow onions, I could only grow it in container. So I decided I'm going to start to dehydrate some onions. And the best time to buy onions now is now while they're in season. You get them fresh, they look more appetizing and more healthier, and they last longer, and they're not as expensive as it would normally be in a fall and winter time. So I'm going to keep buying onions and dehydrate them and just use them in my cooking in the winter time, because I don't want to live without onions. I use a lot of onions in my cooking, and I think the food tastes better with onions. And plus, when you dehydrate the food, they last really long. I think maybe for a couple of years. I'm not really sure, but this is one way this is one of the things I'm gonna do. So I always will have onions, and I won't have to buy it anymore in the winter time when it's not a good quality either way. So stay tuned, I'll show you some of the process that I do to dehydrate onions. Bye, stay tuned. So I'm washing the onions in the sink with some baking soda, and then I'm going to spray it with some vinegar, and I'm going to scrub them as much as possible with my hands, and then I'm going to wash them with water. I was having a hard time keeping the strainer straight because I had to put something underneath it for you guys to see the onions, and it keep falling over a little bit. I'm gonna start to chop the onions in big chunks. I don't want them to be small because I'm going to use a chopper to make them smaller. I wish I could do this also for garlic, but I cannot find garlic that is grown in Canada. I only like to buy garlic that is grown in Canada, In Ontario, it was much easier to do that. So this is the chopper. I'm gonna show you guys how I put it together. So I take about 4 handful of onions and then I put it at the bottom of the chopper. The blades have to be in it first, obviously, and I'm gonna chop it up. See, it's big chunks. So I make sure that I cover it up, and I'm gonna take that thing and put it on top of it and chop it as fine as I want it to be chopped. So this is what it looks like afterwards. I just went to go get a spoon to scrape out the onions. To let you guys hear the sound of this chopper. This is so awesome. This is really good if you're a homesteader and you chop a lot of stuff. It helps cut down the time chopping onions, tomatoes, whatever vegetables that you want to chop really fine. It's so perfect, and it reduces the timing of doing that too. I just want you guys to hear the sound. It's not too loud, it's a little loud, but not too loud. And you can chop it as fine as you want. Yeah, it's perfect now. So this is the finest, as fine as I want it to be. So I blended that fine, and you can see that was a very quick process, less than 1 minute to chop all of that onions. And what I like about this chopper also is that my eyes don't get watery like how it would be if I didn't have this chopper. I couldn't cut all of those onions. See how big I chop it, because I know I was gonna use this chopper. So this really saved me some tears from my eyes, and I like it because it's so easy to clean, because I don't know if it's made from stainless steel, but it's made from some sort of metal. so this is really perfect. It's very good to make kale salad too, if you like your kale to be very finely chopped. It's really good. I really like it. Very easy to use, and it wasn't expensive either. I think I spent like under $40 from Amazon. See? Look how quick it chopped. So this was the last amount of onions. The last amount of onions. So this was almost one bag of a 10-pound bag of onions. I'm sorry about that. The light went off. Yeah, but this was like almost 10-pound bag of onions. I used some of the onions before I did this. Yeah, so this is really perfect. Now I can easily dehydrate it. So now I'm gonna get the wax paper and cut it with the scissors to fit the tray that I'm gonna put in the dehydrator. The first one, I put it underneath the plastic and on top of the tray, and then I put the onions and spread it all around. But I think it's better to put the wax paper on top of the plastic on the tray. So that's what I did for the rest of them. I spread it out as even as I can. So next I'm going to take the tray and put it in the dehydrator, and I'm gonna do this for all of them. I'm thinking about dehydrating some other stuff and make my own instant noodle soup. So there it is, all of the trays all filled. Now I'm gonna cover it up with the cover and then turn it on. I'm gonna turn it to to vegetable setting, which is 95 Fahrenheit. I think so. Yeah. No, it's not 95. It's 115 Fahrenheit. Vegetable. And turn it on. Sorry about the light going off and on. Something is wrong with the light switch in the kitchen. I have two lights, one underneath one over the kitchen sink and one above the ceiling. The one above the ceiling is the one that keep going off and on. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm sorry about that. So I'm just trying to show you guys the setting that I turn it to. I think I set it to the vegetable setting, 115 Fahrenheit. I don't know how long it's going to take to dehydrate, because this is the first time I ever dehydrated so many onions before. The first time I dehydrated onions was a long time ago, and it was only a small amount, and I turned that into powder. But this onion, I'm going to leave it a little bit chunky. I'm not going to turn it into powder. But when it's fully dry, I'll let you guys see the rest of the video. If it wasn't such a rainy province, I would normally dehydrate the onions outside on the deck. But because it's nighttime now and I can't monitor it, I didn't have a chance also to maybe make some sort of shelter from the rain. I might take the dehydrator outside and make something to cover it just in case if it rains. That way the whole apartment won't smell like onions. But you know what? It's worth it for me because I really love onions, and it's not gonna smell forever. Maybe for a few days, and then the smell will go away. Just keep the windows open, and eventually the smell will go away. And tomorrow, if it's not a rainy day, I might take it outside for it to dry some more outside. Okay. So now I am going to cut the the wax paper with the scissors for the round dehydrator tray, and I'm showing you how I'm doing it. You don't have to do it perfectly, you just have to make sure it's cut around the edge, around the circle. And the reason why you need this wax paper is so that when the onions shrink, it won't go through the holes. Normally you can buy custom insert to put on top of the tray, but right now I don't have the money right now to buy that, so I'm using what I have right now. If you want to buy that, you can get that from Amazon. And this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to fold it into two and cut a hole in the middle, and then I'll put it on top of the tray. And then I will fill it up with more onions and spread it out evenly. Dehydrated food is really useful for making quick meals, instant food that will take like 10 to 15 minutes to make. And it's much healthier when you make it at home than when you buy it in a package, because in a package they put a whole bunch of craziness inside. It is also great also for camping, or if the power goes out and you can find a way to warm up some water and make it hot. You can pour the water over the food and cook it quicker also. So now I'm going to take it over to the tray and put it on top of each other. And then I'm gonna cover it up and turn it on.
Through the rain with me, get soaked to the skin, feel free, shut the world out, let's hang out. Oh, I used to see in colors, now it's gray.
You may be wondering what's the big deal about dehydrated food, but a lot of people don't know that dehydrated food is basically soup mix that people buy in a package, but it's much healthier if you make it yourself, and you can choose whatever ingredients you want in the package, homemade package. So today is the next day. About 12 hours or 11 hours afterwards, the apartment doesn't smell like onions because it's so windy outside and all of the windows open. See how my little plant there is blowing back and forth? That's how windy it is. So maybe if you're going to dehydrate onions and you have to open up the window, maybe wait till a very windy day to do it. Then the apartment won't smell like onions. So that's good news. And actually the onion smell in the kitchen, it's not that bad actually. It probably be a lot more strong, but it's not that bad. But yeah, the apartment don't smell like onions. So I'm just going to leave it indoors because it looks like it's going to rain outside. I'm going to leave the dehydrator inside the kitchen. I'm not going to leave it outside because it kind of look and feel like it's going to rain again today.